Viewers, today is going to be kind of bonkers because I am going to attempt to do something that absolutely nobody has done on YouTube before, at least from my research. You see, Mana and Artifice provides us with many tools, and so does Blood Magic. So I'm going to combine those tools to create something beautiful, something that will span the ages as the greatest creation since indoor plumbing. That being an infinite sand generator. A viewer recently named Cathesis. It's spelled K-T-H-E-U-S. Cathesis. He sent a, just idea to try out for a video. That being infinite sand generator using Mana and Artifice, things as well as Blood Magic. And I actually am going to be showing you guys some of the things that we have available to us, the tools, that is, that we'll be able to use to try to generate infinite sand. So if you look in a JEI, when you have Mana and Artifice installed, it says that you can use a grindstone with constructs to turn gravel into sand, and you can also turn cobblestone into gravel, meaning that you can turn, by extension, like an infinite cobblestone farm into a infinite gravel and sand. And because of that, you just have epic things available to us in the form of just, if I have cobblestone generator, I have infinite sand. And I do actually have a construct around here that you can only really see if you have the hitboxes on, because this guy is a golden construct who's mining stuff, as you can read here. And I thought I could use this guy to get a bunch of cobblestone, but as you can see, he's giving like redstone, some granite, some andesite, some stone. Hello? Some gold, some flint, some copper, some deep slate, some diorite, and some sand. So I could just create like 50 of these guys, but they're pretty expensive. But no cobblestone. And I did try to see, is there any recipes for cobblestone? No, but there are a bunch of uses for it, because it's cobblestone. However, that won't be helping me out for the challenge of creating a bunch of sand. Because for sand, we need cobblestone. So I came up with another way of doing it, and I'm going to be showing that way to you guys right now. And I also have night vision now. It's a spell component. I just was able to craft that up because I had some extra ender pearls, which is the main price involved for that one. It's not too bad in regards to price. I'd recommend you get it. I'm planning on getting into tier 4 soon, so then I will have access to new spells to show you guys. But, I've added a duration component onto it so I can crank up how long it lasts. Currently it lasts for 280 seconds, which, as you can see here, it's right around 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So that's good. Yeah, so there are a few things that I have determined that I'm going to be needing for our aforementioned sand farm. So, first of all, some chests, which are going to be useful, crafting a handful of those. So we have some chests. I'm going to set the chests here, one of them. So I am going to be using a routing node to try to help with the transportation of the items, so then I don't need to create constructs to do that, but, whenever I use a node, you guys can replace it with a construct if you're using strictly Mana and Artifice. So we have our routing node. I have crafted up a bunch more of these basic routing node upgrades. They're pretty expensive. Each of them costs a block of lapis, as well as some iron, some glass. So I'm just going to pop those into here. I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be needing these nodes to get the items from here to the surface. So I'm actually going to put them back into my rift for now. So we have this chest here, which we are going to be actually connecting to a ritual. And the ritual that we are going to be connecting it to is going to be... What is it called again? Oh yeah, we're going to be connecting it to that ritual of the Zephyr that I mentioned. So I'm going to be setting up the ritual right around here. Call of the Zephyr is the ritual's name. I need a little bit more space for the ritual stone. Maybe here will work. And for those of you who are wondering, where is the Mana and Artifice stuff going to come in? Please, calm down. This is just a replacement for a TNT blast chamber, which is admittedly quite annoying to make. However, because Mithron decided to not give us access to any form of minions breaking blocks, we're going to have to use this instead. So what this ritual does, if I were to switch this to information mode, Oh, I first have to activate it, I guess. So what this ritual does is that it picks up items within its range and connects them to a chest. So, let's see. I am going to define the area for the chest to be right here. And, oh, it's a little far away. Okay, so now the ritual is hooked up to this chest, and if you look, apparently you can't set it to be the entire chest, which is kind of weird, but it's fine. So now what this ritual will be doing is that it will be sucking up all the items generated within this range and then putting them into that chest. Just to show you guys what that means, I'm going to toss this item on the ground, and as you can see, that only exists for like half a second, and now boom, got some Vinci dust in that chest. And this actually is not replacing the TNT blast chamber, it's actually replacing a minion. Because I'm wanting to do this with only 2 animated constructs, because I like to show the synergies between these mods. The thing that is going to be replacing the TNT chamber, however, is going to be the Ritual of the Crusher, which it destroys blocks and then puts them into a linked chest. Wait a minute. It turns out we don't need you, Ritual of the Zephyr, like at all, which makes me feel a little bit sad, because the Ritual of the Zephyr I think is really cool. However, this Ritual of the Crusher is what we are actually going to be using, apparently. And if we were to cycle through the things here after we activate it, what if they break? Oh my gosh, it's breaking the blocks underneath the ritual? Okay. Yeah, I guess we have just set up like a drill on top of it. Actually, that makes quite a bit more sense than breaking the like items in this little hand thing. But yeah, you guys can see this most certainly does break blocks. Which leaves me a little hole in the ground I gotta fill up with light. Except it's gonna break the light. Okay. Yeah, that was unexpected. But we actually are going to be changing a few things about this. Number one being that the chest will be this one. And of course it's too far away. This is why we can't have nice things blood magic. Okay, so that has been set right there. And so the blocks that the ritual are going to be breaking, I'm going to be attaching that bit to a cobblestone generator. So I've got a little bit of the hot stuff, my infinite water bucket, a need for more inventory space, and now I'm going to just need to set up a little simple cobblestone generator. So the way that these things work is that you have some lava set right here, say right here, and you set it flowing in the direction. Actually, you are going to be needing to break the 2 blocks right here, and then you pour the water after you first clear that up. As you can see, because the blocks there are missing, it will now flow that way. And as you can see, the water is flowing there, and you actually want to destroy these 2 blocks here. And then as you break the blocks there, the lava will flow there to form cobblestone. Actually, you don't need to have those blocks there be missing. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. And it generates blocks pretty quickly. As you can see, it produces a reasonable amount of cobblestone. And I am going to pour in the second bucket to make it symmetrical. And now, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking this ritual tinker here, and we are going to be setting the area for that to instead be from here to here. And now it will break the blocks and put them into the chest. So this is just replacing a TNT blast chamber, and it's actually significantly slower than one. I'm pretty sure you actually... Oh, it no longer uses Demon Will. Huh. I could have sworn that there were ways to set it up so then it had... it was faster, but I guess not. Either way, so we have our cobblestone generator set up. I'm gonna put my thing of mountain steam on the back, and now we can actually mess around with constructs. So I am going to just have 2 of the wickerwood constructs. I'm gonna also have them sit still because I don't want them to bother me. So each of these guys has a single hammer arm. We've got a righty and righty, and well, actually, viewers, you can name these guys. You guys probably have better names than I do. Like, we've got Yama upstairs with a hammer. We've also got Jimmy. I forget which one's Jimmy. Probably one of the tortured souls underneath the blood altar. However, that does not matter. So what we are going to have here is that I'm just going to have a little setup here like this. And I'm going to be sending these grindstones in between here. So construct number 1 is going to be operating here, and construct number 2 is going to be operating here. And they're going to pick up the cobblestone, grind it, and then put it in here. And then number 2 will pick up the gravel, grind it, and then give out the sand. This will leave us with a convenient little assembly line, which will make it so then, you know, we don't have to think very much about it, and they don't have to think very much about it either. Because they'll be standing still literally all the time. There's not room for them to wander off, like constructs tend to do. If I'm being completely honest, I expected this to require a massive amount of area. That's why I dug out this entire area. Either way, so the command that we are going to be using requires a lodestar. I suppose that I'm going to have to craft one of those. Now, shall I? And while we did that little side quest, we have gotten a stack and a bit of cobblestone, which I probably am going to expand this in the future, because this is more so a proof of concept than a, like, actual, like, well-built machine. However, we have our Lodestar 1 and our Lodestar 2. So the commands that we are going to be using, we are going to ask them to take an item from the chest. So I'm going to mark it with the rune of marking, as you can see. It is going to go from there. And what items should be taken? So we are going to be taking this item filter here. We are going to be saying, yo man, we want you to not take these items. This is reused from the crop guy, because it actually doesn't consume the item filter when you set it up. And I'm going to ask them to take cobblestone. So it'll toggle durability matching. This cobblestone doesn't have durability. NBT matching. This cobblestone doesn't have NBT data either. So this guy, we're going to ask you to pick up some cobblestone, and then an alternative to a filter. So I alternatively could say, okay, just put that. I could just say, oh yeah, use cobblestone. So we need you to take the item from the filter, and now we need to find the grind option. Actually, it's crush, thank you. So we are then going to want them to crush a grindstone, well, using a grindstone rather, this grindstone. Then they are going to crush it, and they are then going to get gravel, and I then want them to put the item, the resulting item, into that there. I'm pretty sure, actually, you may not need the filter. I'm going to test that with this, actually. I'm not going to set any filter, just put, oh wait, actually, no, you don't need a filter for putting stuff away. The guy I am going to be testing if you actually need the filter for is going to be for this guy. So they are going to take the item from that chest, and they are then going to crush at this grindstone, and they're then going to put the resulting items into that chest. They're going to make sure it's on that side so then they don't try to climb on top of it. Actually, I might as well set it there as well, because I don't want them to, like, climbing all over the place, because that will take quite a bit of time away overall. So I'm just going to make sure that the orientation of all these is correct. Which, in case you guys are wondering why orientation does matter, you see, so right, as you can see, this is going out towards that block. So if the construct is here, they will open from this side, but if he were to be on this side, he would then try to open, like, go around, just to open the chest from this side. But sometimes they don't, because constructs are weird. However, you know, it doesn't actually matter at this point, because I'm going to have this man follow me, and then have them move to there. And now I will have them follow me again, and then interact with the lodestar. As you can see, they're grinding it into some gravel. And now I'm going to have this guy follow me, and then move to there. And I'm going to have you do that. And boom! We now have our cobblestone being converted into gravel. Now, I want to see which one of these is faster, so I'm going to just keep a little eye on this here. I'm kind of hoping the constructs are slightly faster, but if not, it means that we are going to have to create more of them. Yeah, the cobblestone generators are definitely a lot faster, so I'm going to see if I can slow it down by taking out one of the lava buckets, although, no, thinking about it, that may not actually do anything. The crusher's slow, it's only breaking this one lava, anyways. Yeah, these guys have ground up, like, 17 items at the time that it has produced, like, 28. Which means, yeah, the crusher is definitely faster than one construct, well, two, can operate. which means we are going to have to change that up a little bit. However, what I'm going to do on the way out while I am gathering the materials to make more constructs is that I'm going to set up a node here. So all this sand here is not really useful until I actually put it to use. Go figure. And for this, I'm going to be pulling out my rift, and I'm going to take my routing nodes here. Okay, so we are going to be needing a input routing node set into here, and we're going to need to connect that to the center one. I'm also going to put in my basic routing node upgrade, and I am going to be needing to set a bunch of these normal routing nodes on the staircase leading up to the surface. However, I also am going to be needing to set up a filter for this, so I'm going to have it say to put sand into the system. So I'm going to open up the filter, say that sand is what we're filtering out, and because this is a input routing node, it will ask to put the sand into the system. And now I'm going to start working on getting these nodes all the way up to the surface. Okay, we are now all the way up to the surface, and now I don't need to finish setting up the routing node things. However, I'm going to work on that in a little bit. What we really need is more constructs. Oh, I guess the gold construct's back. Yeah, you mind a bit more? Oh, we got amethyst. Oh, this guy just became a lot nicer of a construct to have. But you're supposed to be in the mines. Dig. That just looks so cool. And they are actually still here. They're just invisible. I really hope I don't need 2 more lodestars to do this, because that'd be annoying to say the least. Well, let's see how far they've fallen behind. Ooh, yikes. Yikes. Hopefully Lefty and Lefty here can help out. Yes! Well, all of them can follow the same lodestar. Okay, so I want you to do that. Yeah! Construct power doubled. Although this, it looks a little bit weird. I will admit. We've got Lefty and Righty all just cranking out them sands, though. Just keeping an eye on this overall number here, because if the 60... Okay, so it is still going up ever so slightly. However, that's not entirely bad, because cobblestone is still useful for stuff. But it's not skyrocketing at the rate it was before. It worked. Yes. So, I'm now going to be going all the way back up to the surface to start working on the next little bit there. So, by the way, we have our nodes right here, and now we're going to be putting them through town. Yeah, and I guess that we already do have nodes running through town because we got that set, but I don't know what would happen if we linked 2 master nodes together. Okay, and now it's probably close enough for me to set up my output routing node. And this output node, I guess I'm going to set right here, and into this routing node, I'm going to set another sand filter, and now it will put sand into that there. As you can see, boom, this filled right up. And now we're going to get a bunch of glass, which is super useful. And also, I have an explanation for this. If I haven't posted it yet, there's a infinite netherite dupe with blood magic and mana and artifice. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to like and subscribe. We just created infinite glass. I mean, what can we do with this infinite glass? Craft a beacon at some point? Huh. I guess we could create some things. Like, yeah, slate-infused vials. Those are useful for something. I don't know what these somethings are, but they are useful. If not, I could just use the infinite sand to make infinite concrete. And I just would have to steal some of the gravel on the way. And these 2 guys could probably kill me, so I'm just gonna keep my distance. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed that video, like and subscribe. I currently have like 0.000000001% of the population subscribed to me. But if you guys subscribed, I can maybe eventually get to 0.000000002% of people subscribed to my channel. I don't know. You could be a part of that very small elite group in society. Just saying. And so, I'd like to wish you all a good evening, and I will see you guys again very soon. Quick math. If you're one of my subscribers, you're 1 in 100 million. if there's any incentive, that's one of them. But relative to the rest of the human population, the subscriber count to the rest of the population is 0.000000001%. And that's an approximation because it's like 7.83 billion or whatever it is. I just use Google. But that number was so messed up. Like, if for some reason it said that was an 8, I know that that's not how math works. But either way, if you subscribe, you are 1 in 10 million. Wait, no, 100 million.